Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Princess of Pentacles, very resourceful. This is, I think what I'm feeling here is that there's something that's just about to come to the surface. There's something that is ready to be created, is ready to be revealed in some way. I feel like you're a very creative person. I feel like maybe it's something that is like, it's still under wraps, right? It's still undercover. It's not yet been presented to the world, right? Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what is going on in your life right now. Now we've got a Knight. Look at that. We got a Knight of Wands. We have double Earth here, and this card is a double Fire card. So that's very powerful. We have an Ace of Pentacles underneath. We have the Temperance card, a Ten of Cups. Wow. But a Five of Swords. You're not expecting a very good reception here. You're kind of expecting people to speak poorly of what you're doing, right? That you have this really big thing, and I feel like you want to do it, you want to reveal it, but we're worried about what perhaps what other people will say. We're worried about the criticism. We're worried about maybe having to explain ourselves or defend ourselves or something like that, right? Here we have the Emperor energy, very nice. We have a Queen of Swords. We have a Nine of Pentacles, and there is more of that air energy, that Seven of Swords, which is, to me, feels like we're persisting despite the doubts, despite the worries, despite the stress. We feel like we go forward, we're going to be in some sort of conflict, right? We're going to be at odds with people. It's going to put us into a state of friction with the world, Maybe we're worried about how someone is going to react. We're worried about what they're going to say. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here with our little octopus friend, the Eight of Tentacles. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, right? Let's do it together. Let's exercise our intuition. Okay, looking around the room here, we have two major arcana energies, the Art or Temperance card and the Emperor. I feel like this was a long history of trial and error here. Okay, this was a lot of pressure cooker situation, a lot of iterations of something, a lot of experimentation, a lot of challenges, right? And I think you're finally ready now to do the thing, to reveal it, to put the finishing touches on it. And I think that through all of this difficulty of this pressure cooker, it really created in you someone with tremendous ambition. So double Aries influence here as well. So I feel like maybe you should go watch the Aries reading that we did on the channel. It might help you understand some of what's going on here. So we've got our major arcana. We have fire. And the fire's right in the middle. That's what you're using right now. You're being told to mobilize your energy because there's something right underneath the surface here that you're being told to step up and do it, right? Get it done. We got the water up here. This is, it's an overwhelming kind of situation because I feel like there's a lot at stake. We have our air, and air energies, which says that we're kind of worried about how other people are going to react. We're worried about what, maybe there's a loved one or a friend or a family member. We're worried about what the people that matter. We're worried about what they're going to think. Okay. And sometimes that leads us into that Seven of Swords where we have some doubts about things. We're not really sure, should I still do it, even though it may not, even though it may lead me into conflict with other people, or other people may disagree with me, or other people may feel that they may feel that you're trying to overshadow their accomplishments, or you don't want to. I almost feel like you're trying not to let your friends know like how successful you are, because you don't want to make it weird. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like that. It's almost that you're sort of holding yourself back a little bit because you don't want to outshine anybody. Does that make sense for you? We have also the earth, and earth energies. So it really is, you have the power to do it, you have the means to do it, you have the desire to do it, you know what to do, but the air, and air is sort of matching up with our earth, and earth. And so we're thinking about doing it, and there's just some things that are sort of preventing us from really unleashing the potential that is inside the Princess of Pentacles. This is the card that may transform into the Empress. It's kind of like you're trying to keep yourself in the background a little bit, okay? And maybe this is really about you being comfortable being in the background. That you're okay with just leaving a lot sort of under the surface in your life. You're not, or you, let's say, in your life, you have been comfortable in the background, not revealing everything that you're capable of. You know, you're not the first one to raise your hand. You're not the first one to volunteer for the dangerous mission or whatever. You're just sort of quiet, and you're in the background. And I think you've always done good work. You've always applied yourself, but now this fire energy, it's like really mobilizing this take charge, active Aries kind of energy that is going to put you front and center. You're going to be in the foreground. You're putting yourself now not in the background. You're revealing your true self. You're revealing what you're really, truly capable of now. This is what's being asked of you anyway, by the circumstances or by spirit or by your true self or whatever it is. I feel like you've been sort of hurt by some harsh criticism in the past, you know, and so we kind of just, I'm just going to stay in the background. I'm not going to go above and beyond. You know, I'm just going to sort of do what I do and just stay quiet and stay under the radar, you know. But now with this Knight of Wands, the situation for you is one where this is your chance to really shine. This is your chance to really show the world what you're made of, you know, to really unleash all the potential that people are going to be like, damn, I didn't know you were capable of that. You know, I didn't know you could do that. You know, like you're doing backflips or something like off the stage, and people are like, whoa, people are going to be blown away, right? Because they didn't know. They didn't know that you were that you had these talents or skills or these abilities or even these ambitions, right? It's like suddenly now you're in the race and whoa, you're just shooting past everybody else. And they're like, was that Scorpio? I didn't know they could run, you know? I didn't know that they even cared about this sort of thing, you know? And so you got that confidence now. Yeah, and I like it. I think it's good. I think it's going to be a lot of activity. It really has the potential to really change your life. This is like 10 of Cups. This is dream come true. This is intense satisfaction, right? I think there's a lot at stake here. I think that this is something that you're not going to let yourself say no to, because it's going to feel so good to say yes. It's going to feel so good to accomplish this, to do this. It has the potential to, like everybody's going to be like looking at you, and feels to me like everybody's going to be cheering you on. I don't think you like the attention, you know. I think that when the spotlight is on you, even if it is positive, even if it is people praising you and cheering you on and loving it, it makes you feel sort of overwhelmed. Maybe it gives you a little feeling of anxiety or something, you know. To have that spotlight on you, even if it's for a good reason, even if like you've done something absolutely amazing and everybody is like clapping for you and cheering you on and wanting to like hug you and stuff, and I think you feel uneasy in that, right? And maybe the Five of Swords here is just kind of like, I don't know how to react to that. I don't know what to say. If somebody gives you a compliment, what do you say? You know, do you just sort of, you know, squeak and run the other direction? You know, how do we handle success? How do we handle this, what feels like an overwhelming feeling of pride and satisfaction and really like, you know, we want to enjoy this, but there's this friction with people, yeah, that we're sort of expecting. I don't know that this is really how it will be, but we're sort of expecting that, you know. The Ace of Pentacles that's underneath the surface here. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like this, for some reason I'm getting like this feeling of somebody going on stage at like an open mic night or something, right? And I don't know if you're doing something that's similar to that or if that's kind of like the image in your head that you've had. I feel like it's somebody that like you're going to go up on stage and you're going to blow their socks off. You have this like a singing voice or whatever you're doing at the open mic is going to just blow everybody away. But you kind of like, you're a quiet person and you don't really do that. And you're sort of nervous and you don't want everybody to look at you. It's kind of like, can I just do it from the other room or something, you know? You don't want to be front and center. But I feel like there's something with the open mic sort of energy. Okay. Now, I don't know why I'm seeing somebody in your life that has a lot of keys on a key ring. What's special about the keychain? There's something, is there a lucky charm? There's some sort of a talisman or some kind of a power kind of object on a keychain for you? Or maybe you have just like a lot of keys or something like this, right? Anyway, the Ace of Pentacles underneath everything is kind of indicating that this is a big step for you. This is something major. Maybe this is a work thing and you're like, you're going to step up and do the project. You're going to take responsibility. You're going to volunteer for it. Maybe this is you're going to start this new class in college or university, or you're going to go back to school, or you're taking up a new art or a new trade or a new skill or something like this, a new sport. Maybe it's something that you know you're going to be good at, but you're just quiet. You just, for you to be there and to be loud and to use all of this energy and to mobilize your energy in this way is kind of out of character. It's like you're going to start, a jiu-jitsu training or something, and you know that you're going to be good at this, but it's just getting over that, the interaction with other people, getting used to someone being that close to you or being everybody looking at you or something like that, okay? This is a big step for you. I think this is something that, it's like you always wanted to be an actor, but you're kind of shy. It sort of seems like it's contradictory, right? I kind of think that most actors are, but this is something that you knew if you did this, you would feel so good about it. One, because it's sort of like, hey, I did it. I overcame one of my anxieties or one of my fears, and I did it. But I think not only that, but you're going to be good at it. You're going to be like, this is something that really is, it's like a hidden talent or something. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And I think that it's something that you've always wanted to do. It's something that is going to be good for you to do, but also you're going to be good at doing it. Okay? And I don't know what it is. I'm curious. If you want to leave some comments and if you want to share anything about that, that would be fun. Now, I don't know why, but you broke your glasses recently, or there's something about a broken pair of glasses for you that's still kind of something. Sometimes these details come in just messages from Spirit that kind of confirm the energy that we're in today. And if it's not meant for you, don't worry about it. Leave them for the next person. The pressure cooker situation in your past. This is the Art or Temperance card. Okay. And it's in your background. It's something that's still sort of influencing you. And it kind of feels that it feels not that you, how do I say this? You don't avoid hard work. You're someone that likes to work hard. You you have a tremendous strength and energy about you. You have a great work ethic, but I feel like you tend to avoid those major things, those major like life transforming things. Like a tower event is like your worst nightmare. I'm going to avoid that. You work hard, but you want to stay under the radar. This is a situation that's really going to take you out of your comfort zone. Now, you're very comfortable working hard, right? You're very comfortable staying late. You're very comfortable putting in all the extra effort. But I don't know that you're comfortable going outside of sort of like a normal kind of flow. Does that make sense? I'm trying to phrase that in a polite way. I don't know that you like going outside of your comfort zone. I feel like you have this crazy work ethic, hard-working type of energy, but only like with the familiar surroundings, only when you kind of know what it is, you know what to expect, and it's kind of, you feel comfortable there, you know who's going to be there. It's like you, I don't know, like you probably have had the same job for a long time, and you're like the best employee there. Because it's familiar. The surroundings are familiar, the people are familiar, you know the work, and you don't mind putting in extra hours and all the time, and you're really like the model employee, But to think of taking that energy and putting it into a new job or working for a different company is kind of, I'm not too comfortable with that. I feel like you don't step outside the box, or, well, you didn't used to, because I feel like you are now. I feel like this is a big step outside of the box for you. And that's what this Ace of Pentacles is down here, is that big step out of the box. Okay? And I don't know what's prompting it. I think maybe it's an opportunity. I think there's a little bit of synchronicity, some serendipity going on. And you realize that, hey, this is, ace to 10. This is beginning and end. This is I start something and I finish it. This is the chance I have. This is the opportunity to do this. And Spirit's really telling you to get going. Mobilize your energy and do it. Okay? So this, I think, it's a big, big step for you because it's taking you so far outside of your comfort zone. Right? And it's putting you into, maybe this is you changing careers after 20 years, Maybe this is something, maybe you're moving to a completely unfamiliar place, an unfamiliar part of the world. Maybe you're going to South Africa or something, and you'd never been there before. You don't know the people, you don't know the customs, you don't know the landscape, you don't know the climate, you don't know your way around, you don't know anything, right? But, and it's not familiar, right? But you know that this is what you need to do, and I think you're going to thrive there. I think that if this is some kind of a hidden talent, or if it's like you going on stage or doing the open mic, or going after that big job, or completely changing your living circumstances or your living situation, it's going to be a transformative experience for you. Yeah, big time. And 10 of Cups, it's overwhelming in its possibilities. It's kind of like, I feel like one of the reasons why we don't like to do this is because of how overwhelming the emotions are, even the positive. It's going to feel so good. I almost don't want it to come. I don't know how to deal with that sort of flood of emotions. It's kind of like we know our birthday is going to be fun. We know we're going to get a lot of presents, and our friends are going to be there, and we're going to have cake and ice cream and all this stuff, and people are going to sing to us, but it's just like, I don't want to do it because it's just too much. It's overstimulation, even of the good stuff. Okay? And that's kind of a deterrent. It's kind of like, I like my birthday, but can we just skip over that day, right? Because it's too much of a good thing. It's overstimulating even of the positive, what should be pleasurable stimulation. You stack it up too much and it sort of overwhelms us, right? And so I think that's kind of it, even though I think we're going to have a good time doing it, it's going to be very pleasurable, we're going to be good at it or whatever it is. I think there will be challenges as well, but I think on the whole, this would be a very positive experience. It's just going to be sort of too much all at once, too many changes all at once. Okay? But I think you're doing it anyway. Now, the card in the future position is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is, I was the first feeling that this is going to put you at odds with your friends or your family or something, like they're going to be, and I think that's still sort of true, but I think really it's us not knowing what to say, not knowing how to deal with that. I don't think it's going to overshadow your friends and family. I think maybe that's kind of a stressor, that we're kind of worried that, like, I don't want to step on anybody. I don't want to overshadow anybody. I don't want to outshine anybody. I don't want other people to feel like I'm trying to compete with them, because I don't think that's who you are. But I feel like this is also not knowing how to handle the good vibes, not knowing what to say when somebody compliments you. I don't know what to say. I just sort of smile and say something. I'd probably say something really awkward. And then I think about it for the rest of the day. Gosh, why did I say that? It's like someone says, good morning, and you say, oh, I'm fine, how are you? And then for me, I would think about it the rest of the day. Why did I say that? Do they think I'm weird? But maybe that's just me. But I feel like the Five of Swords is really looking at the future, looking at the consequences of this, and thinking, it's just going to be weird. This is going to be awkward. I'm not going to know what to say. I'm not going to know what to do. We're sort of stressing ourselves out about it. At the Five of Swords is all about the stress. There's chaos, and we're trying to make some sort of sense of it, and we can't. And sometimes that's just life, But on the path of the Serpent, now, as we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. We see the Emperor energy, the Aries energy, saying, I'm just going to do it anyway. I don't know what to do or say or how it's going to go down or how to respond to people, but I'm going to go put myself in this situation anyway. And that's kind of what we see here, fire and earth, impulse to behavior, double fire, double earth. It's saying do it now, double time, on the quick, right? As soon as your will says go, your body goes. And we don't give ourselves time to start talking ourselves out of it. Okay, it's like you're just pushing yourself up on stage. It's like if you're skydiving. If I ever skydived, I would have to literally tell the person, just open the door and throw me out. Don't ask me if I'm ready. Don't give me a chance to say no. Don't let me think about it. Just push me out, And that's what we're trying to do with ourselves. We're trying to just say, I'm making the decision to do it. I'm doing it immediately. Zero latency. Because we have that authority. We have that ability to control ourselves in that way. But I feel right now you're finding this confidence. I feel through this experience, you're really going to find your confidence and find your power. And I think that you are changing your life. I think you're somebody that has a lot of strength and a lot of power, like, again, that hardworking energy, right? And now you're doing it in such a way where you are growing and learning and expanding your life, using all of these natural skills and talents that you have. I think you're someone who was just born with all these gifts and strengths, and Spirit's telling you to use them, to build your life into whatever you want it to be, build yourself into whoever you want to be. You're mobilizing all of these skills and talents, all of this magical force, this creative energy that you have. You're mobilizing it all. Yeah. By sheer force of will, honestly, with this fire energy here. Now, in the environment, you've got your Queen of Swords. I feel like the reaction from your friends and family is going to be a lot different than you think. I think it's going to be, there is going to be a lot of praise, and there is going to be a lot of cheering you on, and a lot of hype and a lot of energy. But really, I think it's important that you just communicate clearly and just say, you know what, I really don't want to make a big deal out of this, please, And I think people will respect that. I think there might be one particular person that you really want to not impress. But there's really one person in your life that you want to make proud. I think, and I don't know if it's a parent, or if it's maybe it's somebody that's already passed into spirit. I feel like you really want to make somebody proud, you know. Maybe it was somebody that always encouraged you, or still does, and it's just kind of like, I'm doing it for me, but I want to, like, somehow I want to thank this person, you know. Like, maybe it's somebody that was really inspiring to you, or somebody that was always had your back, always encouraged you, and you kind of want to do it and just be like, I dedicate this to my mom, like that sort of energy, right? I think that's very motivating to you also. Now, there's a lot of stairs somewhere. There was a lot of stairs in your house when you were a kid, or there was something happening, something going on with the stairs. If they're being remodeled, or they're broken, or there's just some emphasis on the staircase. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles as a difficult energy. Okay. The difficult energy, I think, is related to this idea of growth and of progress, and knowing that this is what we need, but this is kind of like what we don't want. We like to be comfortable. As human beings, once we get to know something, we really dig in. We really just sort of, we set up shop. You find something that works for you, that's it. I'm moving in, and I'm never going to leave, right? And that's kind of what we were talking about with some of the Princess of Pentacles energy, where it's just like you've been at the same job for a long time. You're familiar. The surroundings are familiar. Maybe we're talking about the town where you were born, right? I wonder do you still live in the same town or the same general area where you were born? I'm kind of getting that vibe here. And once we get into that place, we got roots there. We feel like we belong. We don't want to leave. We don't want to change. We don't want to grow. This is it, right? And so the difficult thing then is going to be going outside of that comfort zone. The difficult thing is going to be reaching out, branching out, and putting our feelers out into all these new areas of life. Getting outside of the familiar zone. That's all, right? There's different ways that we could say that, but I feel like this is really the kind of the realization, like, yeah, you know what? It's time for me to step up in life. It's time for me to do this big thing, do this difficult thing, take this big step, whatever it is. It's really time for me to do it. Because I know my ultimate happiness and satisfaction in life is riding on it. Okay? And I think, too, that we realize that the life that we've been living now has been hard work. It's been... you've been dedicated to it, but I feel like it's sort of lacking some of the satisfaction and joy. It's lacking some of the creativity. Maybe it's lacking the excitement. Maybe it's lacking it's lacking the 10 of Cups there. I feel like we're just not satisfied with the way life has been going. And I don't think anything's been terrible. I think you've been in that comfortable zone for a long time, and it's very routine, it's very familiar, it's working. I think it really is a wonderful place that you've been, but you're realizing that there's just a little something missing. That this is my chance to do that big thing and really roll all the dice, really to just put everything out there and just see what I got. I feel like this is your shot. The 7 of Swords here is you persisting despite the uncertainties, despite the insecurities, despite the criticism, self-criticism, despite the doubts. You're doing it anyway. So you're finding a way to sort of resist some of this negative thinking or some of the thought process that we're used to. You're finding a way to kind of just keep it away a little bit. You're trying to be the Ace of Swords. You're trying to resist all these other swords that are sort of digging into you. So we're trying to poke holes in your plan, You've made this decision, and it's like we're sort of we're trying to just block out those other thoughts that are saying, no, you really don't want to do this, or what about this, what if, what if. We're trying to resist that, and we're trying to establish clarity. I think we're doing a much better job. I think with the 5 of Swords, it's chaos, and we're trying to make sense of it, but it's not working. With the 7, there's still chaos, but we're making some progress. We're able to sort of get through it a little bit. We're able to realize that, some of these thoughts are not the truth. That's not what I really believe. Okay, so I think that the big thing here is just overcoming the mental aspect of this. Let's psych ourselves up to do it rather than talk ourselves out of doing it. Okay? I want to look at the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I want to see some more water energy. I want to see maybe the death card. It would be your superpower card, right? Maybe some more water or the death card. Let's see what we have. The High Priestess. Yes, perfect. The High Priestess is showing you the way to your best life. Showing you the way essentially to your paradise, to your bliss, to your satisfaction, your fulfillment of your sort of, all of the aggregate of your potential. Everything that you're made of, right? Showing you the way to really the Empress energy, which is what the Princess of Pentacles will transform into, right? I said at the very beginning, the princess, the potential of the princess is to become the Empress. Well, the High Priestess shows you the way to the Empress card. Because this is card number 2, right? What's card number 3? The Empress. So the High Priestess is showing us the way and saying, this is it. This is how you get that. This is how you become who you're meant to be. This is how you live the life that you're meant to live. This is a very strong confirmation that says whatever your mind is telling you, don't even worry about it. This is what you're supposed to do. This is where it all sort of changes for you. Okay? And we even see that when we're looking at the 7, because this is a crescent moon at the very top, right? So it's showing us that, hey, we're meant to trust our intuition here. Don't trust your mind. Don't trust your thoughts. We can't trust our thoughts. We can trust our intuition. And it's guiding you into this opportunity now. And you're being told to sort of get up and mobilize your creative energy and take this opportunity, take this chance. I think it's going to be the best thing that you've ever done. I'm very excited about this energy. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.